What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and obviously as you can see we've got an Icejade deck profile for you today. I did say a little while ago I was going to do this and update it, but to be honest, let's just get out there. Icejade is a terrible deck. It's absolutely terrible. It's like a 3-card skill drain. That's really quite difficult to set up. It loses to Droll, which is obviously one of the main hand traps in the format at the moment. But it is hella fun and it is super rewarding if you can set up the 3-card skill drain. It does feel good. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the profile. Obviously, Aragini is the best one, and that's the one you want to be opening really, because when it's normal special summoned, you can add Icejade spell or trap from your deck to your hand, so which means you can add either the field spell, which is like the main piece of it, or you can add Icejade Cradle, which is a not once per turn rotor for an Icejade monster. So really cool, really powerful. Some of the cards are actually really good. They're just Icejades, so they're not good. Kind of like how Spriggans are really. Some of the cards like a Soul Charge, but because it's Spriggans, it's not that great. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The second effect does come up, but it's not really important, and you just want to be really just using it to add a spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Then of course the other good one, Icejade Cosmolo. You can basically special summon this card from your hand if you have a field spell in basically face up field spell on the field, which is obviously going to be your Cradle. My mind's gone blank. And this is obviously part of the skill drain. This is the part where monsters your opponent controls can only activate their effect the turn they are summoned. So that's obviously the first part. So you need the field spell, you need this, and then obviously you need Icejade Curse as well. So you do need to try to get, basically that's the 3 cards. You need the field spell, you need this, and you need Icejade Curse to be able to do it. But yeah, that's it for those. Just a free special summon 10. Then we've got the new one, Icejade Aragini. It looks like this one just grown up a little bit. I'll just read this one out to you. This card's name becomes Cradle while equipped with an equipped card. You can discard one other Icejade card or water monster, special summon this card from your hand, then you can special summon one Icejade token, Aqua level 3. While that token is in the main monster zone, the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except the water monsters. So this is really easy to get you into your Synchro 10s and obviously be able to make the other new one, which is this one, or it can also make a few other cool 10s like Cheng Ying. But yeah, this is just another thing so you can end with a little bit more on your field. Then Icejade Tremora. This is basically just an extender. You basically discard it and then you can special summon a water monster from your hand. So that's why it's just a 2, just as like another extender. Then we've got our 2 equips. We've got Icejade Creation and we've got Icejade Creation Kingfisher. While this one is equipped to a monster, the equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense for each banished monster. You can only use one of the following effects of Icejade Creation, Arigo Cases, per turn, and only once that turn. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can target one Icejade monster you control, equip this card to that monster. And then obviously while this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card. So this is another 7 and it's a tuner, so it's another way, like with that and maybe this, you can make another Synchro 10. So that is one way. And then this one, you can target one water monster you control, equip this card from your hand or field to it. An Icejade monster equipped with this card can attack while in defense position. If it does, apply its defense as damage calculation. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to the equipped monster's defense, special summon this card, and if you do, return that targeted monster. So this is a bounce, but also it works really well if you've got like Cosmolo, because then you basically you have Cosmolo, you equip Kingfisher to it, and then it's basically got 3k defense, so that is its attack basically with this equipped to it. So that can be obviously really cool, that you can just quickly make a 3k body, and this is also a bounce, which is obviously again really nice. That's it for all the Icejade monsters. You do obviously have to play quite a heavy line because it's Icejade, so you do. And then for the water to back it up, we've got 3 Buzzsaw Shark. This is obviously really good because you can target 1 water monster you control, special summon from your deck in defense position 1 fish monster with the same level as that monster. So this is level 4, so you can summon a fish level 4 and be able to go into XZ plays. And obviously Silent Angler is another one. So you can either summon this from your deck, or you can just special summon it from your hand, which gives you even more extension. And then we've obviously got 2 Abyss Shark. This is kind of a newer one. This came in Legendary Duelist set 9. That was all the Mako stuff and stuff like that, I think it was. If this card is used for the XE summon of a normal monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 4 monster. So that is obviously really good and really quite important if you're going into maybe your number 4 Stealth Kraken, which is another sort of mini floodgate. So yeah, that's why we're just going for these ratios. Obviously you either want to see Buzzsaw Shark or your Aragini as your normal summoned monsters. Then this deck is super shit, so we play Blowouts, and we play 3 Nibiru the Primal Being, and we also play 3 Evenly Matched. We just want to blow our opponent away. We don't want to try to mess around playing stuff like Ash or Droll, which is not always good against everything. This stops us from dying, and this is really good against most things at the moment. Not very good against Unchained, because obviously they just quick effect and then they can trigger on a new chain, but really good against pretty much most other things. So yeah, those are our 6 go second cards really. Unfortunately you have to play a lot of Engine to make this deck good, but these are probably the best choices so that you just don't die and you have Blowouts. Then for the Icejade Spells and Traps, we've obviously got 1 Icejade Cradle. So this is good because when this is activated, you can add an Icejade monster that is banished or in your graveyard to your hand. That requires obviously setup, which is kind of irritating, but this is important to be able to set up the 3 card skill drain. It does have another effect when if a monster is normal or special summoned, you can target 1 water monster you control. That monster, along with any face-up monsters your opponent control, loses attack equal to the targeted monster's attack. So obviously you can target if you've got your Cosmolo on the field, you can target it and everything loses 1500 attack, but it's got 3k defense, so it's going to be really difficult for your opponent to try and beat over that now. Then obviously, like I said, Icejade Cradle, just add an Icejade monster from deck to hand, not once per turn, so you can just keep going. So you just activate this, they ash it, and then you just, alright cool, I'll activate another one. So really cool. Then 2 Icejade Curse. This is again the vital part of the 3 card skill drain. So you have this Cosmolo, which they can only activate their effects the turn they are summoned, and then this, while an Icejade monster and an Icejade Cradle are on the field, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters that were summoned that turn. So obviously one says that they can only have activate the turn they were summoned, and this one says they can't activate on the turn they're summoned. So that's the skill drain sort of thing there. So that's why I'm saying you really do have to work for it. Then also, when a monster is destroyed by battle involving your Icejade monster, you can target one of those destroyed monsters and inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So this can be really cool for game and stuff like that, but mostly it is just to try and set up the skill drain. For a little interesting card, because I am sure that this was supposed to be an Icejade card, I played 1 Million Century Ice Prison. So obviously because you have a skill drain, they're going to try to out your monsters. So when they do out your monster, you can just activate this and then just end their main phase. And so obviously they can go to their battle phase, unless they can play in their battle phase, you now survive a turn and you can try and kill them on your turn. I just played it with 1 because obviously it's very situational and difficult to pull off. So I just tried it out as 1 and it was okay. But yeah, you could put anything else in there. But you can't tell me that is not supposed to be an Icejade card. I mean, Oh, if my camera will focus. There we go. Yeah, you can't tell me that that's not a Icejade card. Then obviously, because this deck is not consistent at all, we play 3 Pot of Prosperity. You want to be seeing your field spell, you want to see Aragini, you want to see Cosmolo, you want to see Curse, and we want to see all these monsters. So Pot of Prosperity is really, really good, and you don't really necessarily care about your extra deck, so that's why I play those. Then obviously, 1 talents. Again, if we get Ash or something like that, we need to either draw 2 or we need to just rip something from our opponent's hand if we know that we can set up the skill drain still. So obviously talents is really good for that. Then last but not least, for the traps, we obviously play 2 Gozen match. You don't want to brick on Gozen matches, so you only play 2, and this with the Stealth Kraken locks your opponent into water. So as soon as they summon something, that's now water. You flip Gozen, and now they can't summon anything unless they are also playing a water deck. But then lastly, we've got Icejade Erosion. So this is kind of like another form of interruption that you can add with Aragini. You can take a 1 face-up card your opponent controls, destroy 1 Icejade monster you control, and if you do, negate the targeted card's effect. So this is like a good out to things like Mirror. Well, I don't know why I thought Mirror Force. To evenly matched. So you can stop evenly matched, you can stop like harpies, you can stop all stuff like that from like destroying your floodgates, your curse, your field spell, and all stuff like that. So yeah, really, really good. So yeah, they can go. You can like set this. They can go standby main, battle phase. Then you can go sure flip this. Then they do it. You target it. You destroy your monster. And then obviously you negate that. So really, really good is Icejade Erosion. Onto the extra deck. So for the new one, I do need to speed up. I've got 6% on my battery, guys. 6%. So we got Icejade. We got the new Icejade. So quick effect, you can activate this effect. Face-up monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects this turn. Then if you activated this effect in response to your opponent's card or effect activation, and your opponent has a card with that name on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish those cards. If a card is banished by your opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So that's really good. I really wish this was like another add, so you could make it and then maybe like add your erosion and stuff like that, so you have like a negate and this stops things from being destroyed, but alas, we do not get that. Then the other Synchro 10 I've gone for, this is just really good to go out game. You do banish a little bit your own stuff, but this is also just really, really good monster, and it just again really helps you go for game, and can be a form of interruption with the banishing effect. We play 1 Totally Awesome, obviously it's a negate, and we make that with Bahamut Shark, which is quite easily done with Buzzsaw Shark and Silent Angler, so we make those. 1 Stealth Kraken, this is it. You can obviously make this again with Abyss Shark, with any other rank forge. You go into this, and then when your opponent summons a monster, everything becomes water, and then you can also, quick effect, you can destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack it had on the field. And then obviously if this XE summoned card is destroyed, you can special summon Stealth Kraken Spawn. So then we're going to summon 2 of those, depending on obviously the materials that you have at that point. So again, just gives you like more bodies now for maybe on your turn that you can start going into like link plays and stuff like that. And then obviously 1 Divine Arsenal Zeus. Obviously we do play a lot of XEs, so this can just be good for closing out games and clearing fields. Then it's a water deck, so we do play obviously the 1 area, the Water Charmer. Not many people have water monsters, so you can't really use the like summon effect, but it obviously searches you basically everything in your deck. 2 Coral Anema, so you can make this obviously with 2 water monsters, then you can special summon a water monster back to be able to make Marbled Rock, which is obviously a good card for in the battle phase. This is also really good because it can add this back so you can use it again. Then the last 2 cards, we obviously play 1 World Sea Dragon Zealanus. This is good for clearing fields, and then obviously you can't special summon your opponent's monster back because you're locked into waters, so that is really good for that. And then we've got 1 Access Code Talker. A little bit harder to make because some of these lock you into waters, but again, Access Code is just a really, really good card. And when you summon like multiple Kragons, and then you can already got like a little bit of your field, then it's pretty easy to make in that regard. So guys, that's basically it for the deck profile. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Again, Icejade is not a great deck, but it is hella fun, and sometimes we have a little bit more of a casual locals that we can take stuff like this to and have a bit of fun. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you play Icejade regularly, what's your list like? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.